Today on Drawbli, Abby is drawing
a study of an artist called Richard Macdonald.
Click that subscribe button if you are new around here.
And comment below with other ideas of what we can draw to improve our art.
Art? This is Abby's, what would you call artist study, I guess?
Yes, not a master study, and obviously not because it's a sculpture, not a painting.
And you've already done one of these before.
Yes.
I'm being bamboozled.
I did a brief gesture study, if you will, of a different statue by Richard Macdonald in my last published work. But this one, I decided I would get a little bit more in depth, try to do a little bit more with values, hues, exactness, while still capturing some flowiness and, of course, just the really cool whatever it is that Richard Macdonald shows in his art.
Now, do you focus on force? That's what I want to know. We've already talked about force recently in our force drawing videos.
After reading that book on force, I will never not focus on force ever again. It's always going to be there as a part of my repertoire.
So what is the force in this gesture right here?
Well, you see that red line?
Do I see the red line?
There it was for a moment.
I don't. It's gone forever.
That wasn't it. The force. So definitely, I mean, the legs, right? Like, at least to me, in my unpracticed eye, we have the leg that goes back counteracted with the leg that goes forward. And you have her calf kind of pushing out from the line of her shin, and her hip pushing out from, well, her other hip, I suppose.
Okay.
I don't pretend to be an expert.
No, that's fair. I was just curious if you had an idea of like where the main force was in this pose.
I do not. And I will only learn how to identify that sort of thing probably by continuing to do and to do and to do.
Yeah, I mean, so what is this person doing? Are they like leaping forward gently, like, or are they just floating there? It looks like they're leaping, or, you know, at least moving forward just based on the position of the legs and the overall balance and weight.
Yeah, stepping forward maybe. I wouldn't, maybe
they're
stepping.
Off the ground, I mean.
They are. I think that's such a cool part of the statue, too, that everything is resting on that back foot, you know?
Oh, yeah, I don't think that foot's touching the ground, just based on its height.
Not the foot, but the cloth,
right,
which is really cool also. I didn't focus too much on the cloth in this. I didn't focus too much on anything. Like we've talked about in other videos, sometimes you just have to throw a handful of fundamentals out the window to be able to learn, to focus on the million other things that you need to focus on to improve as an artist.
So what did you learn then from old Macdonald Richard? Not that he's old. I have no idea how old Mr. Macdonald is.
I don't know what I learned. I feel like I come back to that pretty often, this idea of I'm encountering some idea, but maybe a lot of what I'm learning right now is subconscious. Maybe a lot of what I'm learning right now is just simply the act of painting,
Let me
working
rephrase
on it.
the question. What did you enjoy about Richard's art?
Oh, that's a good question too. I love the forcefulness of it, the gesture, the emotion, the bigness of his
Well, there you go. That's what you
forms.
learned.
Yeah?
It is, yeah. Really, learning from art is a culmination of a bunch of small, a million little things that slowly get fed into you over time. You know, like when you eat, lunch and you go and have a sandwich, that sandwich isn't going to make a huge difference in your nutrition. Or, let's say a salad. Let's say you decide to do a salad instead of a sandwich, right? That one salad's not going to make a huge difference. But, you eat a salad and you do it like 100 times instead of choosing over a sandwich. Well, you start making healthier choices. And, that's what it is. It's the series of little things that slowly add up into big things.
Yeah, I think there was a lot too here that I identified that I didn't like in what I was doing.
Ooh.
I had a lot of, areas where I allowed myself to be really, really sloppy, which is fine, but I was very much able to see that sloppiness really quickly, and it irritated me a lot more than I realized it would, without really making me feel like I wanted to fix all of it. So I fixed his hand up quite a bit more, but I didn't really fix the other hand very much. I tried, and I realized I was just zoomed in way too close, and so every time I backed out, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this mess?
Now the real question, Abby, is did you flip your canvas?
You know I didn't. At least I don't think I did.
We're gonna have to get you like a shirt that says "Flip Your Canvas" on. Can that please be the first Drawbli merch? Just a shirt that says "Flip Your Canvas," Abby.
One thing I did notice that I was doing, and I just left it this way intentionally, was I really accentuated the angle of her hip flowing up into her back. I made that a lot sharper. He has his curve a lot more gently and realistically in, but when I sketched it, mine ended up a lot more angled, and I decided I didn't hate that. And in the moment.
I mean, I really like the silhouette of your leg coming forward. It's really fun. It's really beautiful. A lot of cool stuff going on there. I'm a big fan. It looks like you're experimenting with some layering effects too.
Yeah.
Do you like fade this out or anything? Do you
Yeah,
use
it
some
becomes a lot
strategies?
more subdued by the time this is all done. But a lot of that's just going back over so much of what you see me do with digital stuff is somebody who's actively learning, trial and error, not implementing
absolutely.
stuff that I already know, but trying things out. Versus maybe somebody like you who's worked
I've done
digitally
digital
so
stuff
long.
for a very long time. So just because I don't know how to draw, I still know the tool set, or I don't know how to draw extremely well. I still know the tool set, very, very well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if there's something I want to do, I can know a general process of how to get there. Whereas you have not done nearly as much stuff as me in digital, so you aren't always going to have that same.
I'm headed out west to dig up some gold, and I've never been out west before, I've brought my top hat and my nice dresses, and I just don't even know what I'm in for.
A top hat and nice dresses.
Yeah, I'm from the east, apparently, in this analogy.
So what is the thing that you like the most about Richard Macdonald's artwork? Like, what is it that...
The drama.
Is it the drama? Like, what is it that made you say, like, yes, I want to study Richard's art?
The drama.
The drama?
The drama.
Tell me about that. Like, what's the drama?
His figures are always in such exaggerated poses without breaking reality. It's kind of like how you've talked about.
They're stylized for sure. Anything apart from reality is stylization.
Yeah, although he holds quite closely to realism.
Yeah, it's below a caricature for sure.
Exactly. So I love how much expressiveness there is and how much it can make you feel. I also really enjoy a simple pose and a simple character, but I really enjoy his stuff and the extremes of it all.
And that creates drama, you're saying.
I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Tune in next time for my 5-paragraph essay.
So does that mean you're really into dramas on TV?
No.
No? Maybe you would be. I mean, if you're into the drama that Richard creates, maybe you'd be into the drama that Jersey Shore creates.
I do like The Circle, but you also like The Circle.
I do like The Circle's very good. The Circle's just fun because you as the viewer, get to see all the behind the scenes of what everybody's thinking. So it's always really funny to have somebody have this idea of what an interaction is, but then the other person's just completely opposite of that.
Right.
For those that don't know what The Circle is, it's a fantastic show where it's what would you call it? It's not a game.
They call it a social media contest.
A social media contest, sure. Where people are in individual rooms, they can't see or talk to anybody else, but they have this social media application called The Circle.
Feature where they can chat with each other.
And you can only chat through text, and sometimes they do little games or whatever, but it's a really fun show. I like it a lot. And at the end, somebody wins money.
Yay!
Yeah, it's really cool.
That was an excellent dissertation on The Circle.
Yeah, stay tuned for our next video where we are going to go into tons of detail about the pros and cons of joining our new Circle Cast.
Woo! Anyway, so as I come to a close on this Richard Macdonald and reflect on my post-mortem, I hated the face in the moment, but now I'm seeing that, hey, at least I used some like interesting shapes for the different colors.
There's some interesting shapes in there.
Yeah, which in hindsight I really like, that I didn't over blend it, even if the shapes aren't perfect and align with what I want to create. And what I really also enjoyed was the formation of highlights and shade on her leg. Creating that part was really fun too. Giving each shape its own flow instead of just the whole flow of the leg as a whole piece.
Oh, yeah, I like that. That's cool. I think that this turned out really cool. I'm a big fan.
Oh,
I
thanks.
don't think I could do this nearly as well.
I'm sure you would put your own spin on it. That would be equally exciting to watch.
That's very fun. Great job.
Well, thank you.
Well, you can see us do even more great jobs in the future by clicking that subscribe button down below.
And comment below with other ideas of what we can do to improve our art.
And this is the part where all three of us, including Richard in spirit,
Thank you, Richard.
say
Goodbye.
goodbye, everybody. Richard is always with us in spirit.